Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Stay with me in the next minutes and I'm gonna tell you what I think about the Honda NC750X 2019. You will not regret it, but you have to stay until the end. Okay guys, so that's the bike from 2019. Not so many changes made from the previous year. The rims are darker and here this part is gray or light gray, as you want to call it. The other features remain the same. The fake petrol tank is here. Let's take a look. As you turn the key, here you find, I will say it's a very useful feature. I cannot imagine now a bike which doesn't have this one. A lot of things you can put here. 22 liters. I think that's more than enough for the helmet, full face helmet, or if you go shopping you can put here a lot of things. The petrol tank, as you turn the key to the left, it will open, and here the petrol tank, 14 liters. This should be enough. We will get back later regarding the fuel consumption. That's another topic. Okay, now let's take a short look at the dashboard. Let's hope you are able to see everything. This is the dashboard, neutral, parking brake, also the sign with the traction control sign. This you can put off or you can put on, and it has two levels, as you can see here. Two levels of traction control. Now we're in 1 and 2 and off, and now back. The other feature is regarding the information regarding the track. Fuel consumption, average trip A. Now that's the amount of fuel consumption after 95 kilometers, 4.2 liters. We'll get back later regarding the fuel consumption. There's a separate topic about it. Now it's instant fuel consumption, which you'll see, and now the same information for trip B, which you are able to find. Same information. Then it's time, the time which the motorcycle run, the last running time, the date, and also the total amount of kilometers which we had so far. About the DCT gearbox, now we are on the neutral, and there is a button here, as you can see, where you press it, and now it automatically enters in the drive mode. If you press it one more time, you switch to S mode, which means sport mode. It has 1, 2, 3 sport mode versions, and then when you short press you get back to the drive mode, and now as you press back here and you get to neutral. Also, doesn't matter in which drive mode you are, drive mode or sport mode, we can all the time change from here the gearbox. This minus can put back, and also here it has another button which will shift up, shift down, shift up. Yeah, now back to neutral. Also, there is any time while you are in drive mode or S mode or automatic mode, you can anytime change from auto mode to manual mode. From here and now you can see it changes. Now we are in a manual mode, then back to the drive mode. S mode, drive mode, manual mode. A short word regarding the tires. Some models came with Bridgestone tires. This one came with Dunlop tires, Dunlop Trail Max D609. What I can say about the tires, they are very good on the wet surface. I was really surprised and really happy that the grip which you have on rain, it's very, very good. I have to say they are a little soft, and they have really good grip. Not so good grip on of course on the mud or on off-road. You cannot count on it, but as it comes for the rain, and also of course clean surface, dry surface, you can really count on it. I made more than 4,000 kilometers, sorry, with it, and so far I'm happy. We have to see how much they will last.
Okay, so we are in Romania, driving on Transbucegi Driveway. This road unfortunately does not cross completely the mountains. It's only ascending to the plateau of Puig mountains for a distance of about 20 kilometers or 12 miles. Here the bike felt really stable, very easy to handle, and also I was using very often the engine brake. On a sport mode, the engine brake, it's really efficient, and also of course in the manual mode. Normally you can use any mode you will like, but if you want to really to feel the excitement on this type of road, I would recommend to use either the sport mode, the sport 3 mode, the manual mode. One of these two will get you on a nice level. Also, what I can tell, it's the way it turns, actually you have the feeling that even a baby can turn with this bike. And I felt really not comfortable, but let's say secure and safe, and I felt very confident. This is the word which I can use. I felt very confident on turns. I felt the bike gave me confidence, the bike gave me stability, and it was really an enjoyable trip here. Now it started to rain. I have to say that the tires, they were very good on rain. On this part of the season we had a lot of sand on the road. Here we are trying to test the bike on off-road. What I can say about this road, that it surrounds the Bolboci Lake. This is a lake in the mountains, very popular in this area. And also what I can tell you is that for off-road you can easily use another type of tires. What we use now, this Dunlop Trail Max D609, they were quite okay. I didn't expect it. First of all, I have to say that I took off the traction control. The traction control was off during my whole short off-road trip. As a tires, the dealer recommended to me for off-road, or if you want to be more like 50-50, you can use Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2, Metzeler Torrens next, Pirelli MT60 RS, Continental Trail Attack 2, Avon Trail Attack Rider M+S, or Continental TK C70. These are the tires which I think they will have a better performance off-road than these Dunlop tires. although I was as an inconvenient for this bike was the weight which you feel on the low speeds on off-road. I have the feeling that it's really heavy, and I didn't have the feeling that I'm losing control of it, or yeah, I didn't feel insecure, but I really needed to use all my muscles to control it, because I felt it very heavy, and yeah, not of course totally uncomfortable on this kind of road. It's the suspension, it's hard, it's not made for this kind of roads. The suspension, it's let's say made for roads, for normal roads, for highways, for city road riding and so on. But still, as you see here, this was a difficult part of the road with a lot of mud and holes with water. It really did okay, so I passed it, so I didn't get stuck or something. And yeah, for this type of tires and this type of bike, I could not ask for let's say more, because this bike is not created to go more on this kind of roads. You can make it, you can pass it if you have let's say 20 kilometers of this kind of road, but that's it, not more, depending also on the tires. So yeah, you can pass through rocks. I had problems indeed with the rocks. With the rocks you have to be really careful. And now we are going to reach a short pass in the mountains. It calls Cheile Tatarului. And yeah, what happened here was like we had also rain. We had also little snow with rain, so to say. And yeah, this part was difficult for this bike, but it handles, as you can see in the image. Yeah. Okay, so let's see how the bike handles in the city traffic. From what you see, it gets through the cars very easily. The handlebar, it's 85 centimeters wide, and it's perfect because you can pass it very easily, and also you are very visible for the cars with this bike. And I have no issues. One issue was regarding also about the weight. I have to get back to the weight. When you have very low speeds, and you actually, when you're standing or when you want to make a left or right, you have to be very careful not to lean the bike too much. That's okay, I'm a beginner rider, I don't have so much experience with motorcycles, but what I felt 2 times was almost the bike was falling. One time I was falling on a guy or the car just with my hand. Then I get back on the road. No, nothing happened actually, but you have to be really careful to not to lean to bike too much or to turn too much, and also in the same time lean the bike. So the bike, the maneuvers you will make like this one, you have to make it with 90 degrees, so you don't have to lean the bike, not at all. So you have to be really careful about it. And on the other hand, yeah, it struggles very easily in traffic. It passes through cars. You don't have problems when the roads are wide enough. Let's see here. Yeah, the road is not so wide, but still, as you can see, you can pass with no problem. And that's depending also on the driver, how understandful he is with you. So take a look here how many cars I'm passing. So it's perfect. Take a look. You can count it if you want, but yeah, you have no issue in the city traffic with this bike, especially with a DCT gearbox. Yeah, and you are actually like a king. It's this turn I was talking about. Have to be careful when you make this kind of turns. I don't recommend it. I just recommend to go straight and that's it. Not to make too much left and right turns, especially when the space is very tight between the cars. Yeah, okay, so that's it from my side.
Before the conclusions, I would like to say that I'm not a professional rider. I ride motorcycles since October, November last year. So just to keep in mind that my conclusions are based only on my experience, few months experience. So let's start. What I really like about this bike, it's regarding his stability. Stability and handling are just phenomenon. I never had a feeling that I lost control of the bike especially on the mountains. I felt very secure and very I was able to make very easy the maneuvers. And I will give a big plus for the handling, and because of its low center of gravity, it's really helpful, especially when you make turns, and yeah, you can really count on it. Also regarding the fuel consumption, this is a topic which I would like to discuss about it, because it's one of its very attractive feature to have a very low fuel consumption, and I can 100% confirm that the fuel consumption, not even that it's true what it says on the book, 3.5 liters at the 100 kilometers, but I experience also 2.9 liters with the average speed of 85, let's say 85 kilometers per hour. In this speed range you can get even lower than 2.9, but I get 2.9. This was the lowest
lowest fuel consumption which I had in 4,000 kilometers, which I made 90% in the city, but that's a different story. In the city, in the traffic, I could not get lower than 4.2. Normally it's 4.5 in the city, but outside the city you can easily get 3%. So we have an average after 86 kilometers of 3 liters, as you can see. Another positive thing, it's the way the commands are positioned in front of the dashboard, the handlebar, everything very easy to reach. The changing of gears, also the horn. And the first time I was really annoyed by that I have to, let's say, move up to push the horn, but anyway, the commands are very easy to handle, easy to maneuver. This is a big plus from Honda. Then the next positive thing is the DCT gearbox. You cannot have anything which will make your life easier than this. The DCT version of the bike, it's a must-have. You must choose it in order to have a perfect riding experience and to really focus on the riding, and yeah, it really makes your life easier. Especially the sport mode, I would recommend to use for the experience either the manual mode or the sport mode, Sport 3 I would say. You also have the possibility to change the revs in which you would like the gears to be changed, so you have this possibility to put your own settings on the DCT gearbox. And also I will recommend using the drive mode when you really want to be economical, even in the city. Although this we will discuss on the negative side, it's regarding the drive mode. But from the DCT, the positive, it's the sport mode, and the sport mode also has a very nice ability to use very efficient the engine brake. So in the sport mode, when you shift down, you can really feel the way the engine brake function. Let's continue with the positive things. The storage in front, the fake petrol tank. Yeah, so this is one of the best feature this bike has. 22 liters of storage, so you can put a lot on it. You won't believe it how many beers how many beers fits here. So big plus about it. Let's continue with the positive. Attention to detail. This is really nice made, so you can really see everything. It's detailed. Take a look. This one, the way everything looks, the way the nits are placed. See, you don't see any nits here, nothing. Everything is clean. Everything is clean and nice. And also here it looks very nice. Also the quality of the saddle, very nice. It dries very easily when you wash it. It dries very easily. Also the exhaust looks very nice. Nice finishing. The dashboard and everything, it's quality, I have to say. Then the mirrors. The mirrors are absolutely great. They offer you a lot of visibility, dead spots are covered and so on. I'm really happy about it. So a big plus for the mirrors.
the bike handles very well in the traffic city. So you will see footage how the bike really leaves behind the cars in the crowded city, and you will be really pleased to see that you will be able to run in the city almost like you were in a scooter. And now, are you ready for the dark side of the bike? Yeah, first negative thing I would say about my bike. Oh, I'm saying negative things about my bike. Unbelievable. And I have few. So first, it's the weight. 230 kilos with a DCT version. That's a lot. And I felt it couple of times, especially when I went off-road. Off-road means something like this, or very light, let's say off-road. I'm not speaking about the mud, but there you can really feel the weight, and especially at very low speeds you can feel it. Sometimes in the traffic where you want to, let's say, make left right between the cars, you can really have to be careful how much you lean it left and right, because you will definitely feel the weight. The weight, it's unbelievable. And also when you move it, when you park it, when you want to change the spot, it's a heavy bike. So 230 kilograms, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. Yeah, so you have to really deal with it. But this weight comes only when we're speaking about low speeds, when we're speaking about moving the bike and handle it on very low speed. So actually, yeah, I will recommend to be very careful about this weight. The next negative thing, or the thing which I don't like, it's the headlight. The intensity of the light, it's total shit. So I was able to change the angle of the light. I will show you later the button where you can easily made it by yourself. But still, the light, the LED light, I was expecting much more from it. But it's really disappointed. I was traveling in the night very often, and yeah, I really had to be careful, because the light, it's not so bright as I would expect it. So maybe it's just my opinion, I don't know, maybe I'm blind, maybe I don't see so good, but yeah, I don't like the light. I was expecting much more from the light. Now let me show you from where you can change the light angle. Just below on it, I have no way to show you, but you have to really focus. There is another one which you can change and make your angle of the light. Then the windshield, zero protection to wind. I can confirm. So no protection to wind. It looks like you are without it. There is one Puig version, bigger, taller, wider. I haven't tested, so I cannot speak about it. But this one, it's just zero protection to wind. Zero protection to wind. Let's speak a little about the comfort, about the suspension, and the position you have as a driver. The suspension, it's a little tough. This gives you great stability and handling on a good roads, but on a bad roads it's a little, let's say, uncomfortable. And the one which feels this uncomfort more, it's the pillion. The pillion seat, it's okay. I think it's wide enough. It's depending on your ass, what on your pillion ass, depending how soft it is, how well prepared for the trip is the pillion. So this is let's say, it's depending more on your pillion preparation, and let's say how it's used to be a pillion. But I transported more than 6-7 persons, and from 6-7 persons, let's say 1 or 2, they were not so satisfied about this seat, the pillion seat, but the rest they were okay. It's depending very much on your pillion. One more thing I would like to discuss with you, it's regarding the idle. I was experienced sometime in the morning when first start the bike, then that the idle really handles to keep the bike on a same rev level, and it really struggles sometimes. And only one time the bike was stopping. So I read actually on the internet some other people which had this issue. So now normally when it's warm, the idling it's okay, it doesn't struggle so much, but you can see it's not perfect all the time. It's not perfect. So let's say it's very, very straight and perfect. But yeah, this is the program fuel injection system. No errors, nothing, but sometimes it's struggling keeping the idle on a good level. Another thing which I don't like, it's the way the radiator is protected from dirt. As you can see all the time here, it's a certain amount of dirt. Let's hear a little the exhaust. And the last thing which I don't like, it's the drive mode. How the drive mode from the DCT gearbox reacts sometimes when you, let's say, have low revs and you want to make a, let's say, a turn. Sometimes it changes up before the turn. And that's why I use more for the turns and for the long trips also the manual gearbox, or all the time I intervene with the manual setting and the manual downshifting to compensate this this thing which the drive mode normally makes. Yeah, so these were my conclusions. I thought I covered all I wanted to cover for you, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to write in the comment section.